What is up, boys? My name is Beret, and recently I did a coaching session with this Astra player who was having one particular issue. He was playing far too passive for his own good, so pretty much the entire VOD review is talking about that. It's fully uncut VOD review, and of course, if you like the information that I give and the way that I present it, please consider buying a coaching session. Link near the top of the description is the Metafy, where you can book me. Prices are very fair, and what you hear in this video is the stuff that you'll get for your own gameplay, so take a look. Anyways, enjoy the VOD review. I don't know. Really? I just don't like playing Astra in anything below Immortal, just because it requires a lot of team coordination. But
yes,
you're at the rank now where you're like Ascendant, so if you're good enough, you should be able to make it work. So, I don't know. Definitely, it's something to look out for, because Astra is kind of a gamble pick a lot of the time, just because of like how inconsistent the ranked teammates are, but if it isn't a problem, it isn't a problem.
Left.
Yep.
I'm all in, I'm going cross.
TP back. Are you hitting?
Hook.
Spike down B.
Slow.
Concealment.
Alright.
60, behind the box.
Yeah, I think you were going a bit too slow here to get anything done.
I know. I started A just because I like to break the fade util before I join the team or start like taking space mid, but they didn't do anything on A side.
Yeah, which is good. Except when they don't throw the fade util, you shouldn't just sit there and wait. You really should be just doing something, even if it's just walking up A. Because if they're not throwing fade util off rip, and their team's having a lot of people on B, and they have a chamber for a sentinel, it's so easy to just walk up A and get behind them. You don't even have to take mid. You can get your game plan done by just walking up A. One, it's pistol round. Two, it's ascendant. Nobody's gonna think to really anger on a pistol round, really. So with these types of rounds, I think you just need to be a little bit more proactive with it. I don't like to do reactive plays just as a whole. If the play that you're doing is contingent on your enemies playing a certain way, it's not really a good play. Because what if they don't play that way? And I think you died there because I was just a little bit of a lazy clear, but that's a bit of a... that's nitpicky. But yeah, so... yeah, the overall idea here is there's never a point in a game where you should just be doing nothing. There's always something that you should be doing. And if you find yourself waiting a lot for things to happen, that's a bad thing. I'm not sure how, how really else I can word that. It's a bad thing to just have to sit and wait for your enemies to do something. You should be the active problem for them. You shouldn't wait for them to do something to you, really.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I kind of feel like I'm always on relatively passive agents, and it's kind of hard to just take those risks.
There's a way to play passively while still having impact. It's just covering your own risk. So basically, every character in this game has the ability to remove their own downsides. Like Neon's stun is very bad, right? So she has movement to cover it. Every agent in this game can pretty much cover their own downside. And Astra's downside, of course, is like personal utility. But you can cover for that downside by just playing timings and making sure that you have backs turned to you whenever you're going into a fight. So it's kind of not really a util thing. It's you have the ability as Astra to cover your own downside. Also, the fact that you can recall your smokes as well is a lot stronger than people think. There's a lot of mind games to be played with that. That's the reason why when Astra had 5 stars back at launch, they nerfed it down to 4. Was because it was just the sheer amount of util she could put on screen to confuse the opponent. It was just really rough for everyone. But in this sort of util meta, they gave Astra 5 stars back, so you really should be abusing that. Yeah. There's a recalling the smoke there's good, but your entire thing is, there's a difference between playing passive and playing reactive. Playing passive is fine. I'm a very passive player. I lurk a lot. I flank a lot. You never want to play reactive, though. The second that you have to adapt to what your opponents are doing, or if you're making plans contingent on what your opponents do, you're already on the back foot. You need to make them adapt to you. Now, doing that with Astra is admittedly very difficult. So that's why I don't really recommend playing Astra outside of like mid to high Immortal. because you have your teammates to cover your gaps for you. But if you want to main Astra, I'm not here to tell you to drop the character, but I'm just telling you right now, your #1 downside is going to be finding impact outside of utility. So you need to be cracked at the game in terms of like timing and flanks and lurks as a baseline before you can stack Astra util on top of it. And it's really rough. Like, you can see the issues here.
Yeah, I also fucked up that smoke for a spawn.
Yeah, the spawn smoke is, you know, something that can be fixed, right? I'm not... Like, you can probably mention that. I'm trying to figure out, like, the large big button issue, right? Like, yeah, like, I'll notice and I'll, you know, point out bad smokes when I see them, but, like, a silver player could tell you that. I'm here to fix the big issue.
Yeah. I probably, like, climb all the way from, like, Iron Stability, and I think I've hit Ascendant like 5 times by now, but when I get to Ascendant 1, Ascendant 2, like, I'm constantly having these like low impact game where like I just don't have a lot of kills, and yeah, so it was actually kind of hard to find games where I did well and the score was close, because when I actually did well is usually when I IG out and the team follows, and like we just dominate the lobby, but yeah, that's not a close game. So
the issue being, I think that's a fundamental playstyle issue, because your entire playstyle right now is contingent on other people. You IGL, that means you have to have teammates that listen to you or else you're cooked. You play Astra.
Yeah, also mostly solo queue, so it was kind of...
Exactly, yeah, solo queue as well, right? Like, I specialize in solo queue, so this is really strategy. And then when you're actually playing the game, like here, your other issue is now you're doing plays contingent on what your opponents are doing. You're waiting for them to make a mistake and for you to capitalize off of it. The issue is that's not how Valorant works, really. You need to force them to make mistakes. You need to put them in situations where they have the ability to make a mistake, right? This is Ascendant. People aren't going to be making the mistake of rushing you off rip, right? Or like even like a play as simple as shooting a fade eye. If your entire play goes as deep as shooting a fade eye, I think there's a fundamental issue with how you're viewing the game just as a whole. Like, is this making sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually when I have a fade on my team, I usually on this map, I ask them to Prowler A main as a default, but I don't know why I didn't do it at all this game. But yeah. What
about games where you don't have a fade? Oh, sorry, I'm eating Twizzlers right now, so if you hear me chewing, that's why. Just heads up.
it's fine. It's fine. Right. Usually, you know, it's like some sort of util to show presence A main, just so they don't take that free space. I think like my biggest strength is like map control and like definitely like IGLing, but like the weakness is like in chaotic situation. Like I don't you know, entry the side and clear angle well. I'm not the first one in, that kind of player. So
we don't need to be the first one in to have impact. That's a pretty common misconception. You can have impact without getting, you know, first kills and just, you know, rushing in like a madman. Like, my entire ranked philosophy is that you don't need to be getting like super aggressive and running it down to have impact. Quite the opposite, actually. I think strategy trumps mechanics about 70-30. The issue is, again, back to the sort of main point I'm trying to make. There's a difference between playing passive and playing reactive. Playing passive means that you're putting yourself in a position to make your opponents guess and play wrong, and then they run into your crosshair. Playing reactive is waiting for your opponent to do something, and then you do something. You're playing a lot of reactive right now. You're not really playing passive, really. The two...
Okay.
You can't really conflate the two. So, let me whip out Valorant real quick and give you an example. I'll give you an example. But hold on, boys. Before we get into the rest of this video, allow me to fulfill a contractual obligation. This video is sponsored by Eldorado.gg, a longtime friend and sponsor of the channel, and really it is for a great reason. Eldorado.gg is a place where you can get your online goods for an extraordinarily good price. Every seller is verified, and every single order is protected by Eldorado's own trade shield, ensuring that you get exactly what you're looking for at the same great price. Eldorado has blazing fast 24/7 live support that can answer any possible question that you can have, and they have a money-back guarantee. If anything that you order from them is not up to your satisfaction, they offer full refunds, no questions asked. Don't just take my word for it. Take a look at their Trustpilot. With so many glowing reviews, you would be remiss not to at least go check them out. And if you do want to check them out, I have an exclusive link in my description where you can get whatever you want at a great discount. Everything from Valorant gift cards to YouTube premium subscription. Thank you so much to Eldorado.gg for sponsoring this video, and let's get back into it. Here, just off the top of my head, we'll do Pearl here since we are talking about Pearl. So let's say in this hypothetical example, you're still playing Astra, right? You're playing Astra, and then you have the read that their jet likes to, I don't know, play around this area of the map. You don't know where, right? So, let's say, for example, you know the jet likes to peek out, swing, and then dash away and leave, right? This is a pretty common jet play, especially if they know that you like to go mid a lot. What can you do against that? Really, what can you do? You can't really beat this timing as well because the barrier is about right here. He will get here before you get here, and he'll be able to shoot you and dash away. So what can you do? As Astra in particular, you can just use a recall smoke here. You can use a recall smoke here to then swing out, play in an off angle, and then when this jet swings out, they have to guess. They have to guess, are you right here? Are you right here? Are you somewhere else? Are you on top of this? The recall smoke covers so that you're putting yourself in a position. You are not swinging the jet. You are not playing very aggressive. You're playing passive, letting them swing into you, but you put yourself in a position where they have to guess, and they have to guess a 50-50 pretty much. Are you right here, or like right here? They have a 33% chance of guessing right. You have a 100% chance of guessing right. You have the advantage here. This is a very simple play. And obviously you have to think of these plays on the fly, right? I guarantee you will not have this situation for the next 10 games. You need to think of a bunch of these situations and what the enemies are doing, and then how can you put them on the back foot. So you're not playing reactive, you're playing passive, but you have to put them in a position where they have to guess. A play that you're sort of doing right now is you will sit here and wait, the jet will peek out, and then you'll hope the jet pushes you and then you'll kill him. That's contingent that the jet makes a decision. You see the difference?
Mm-hmm.
So we want you to be doing more of this and less of this.
Okay.
All right. We'll probably see it again in this round as well.
This round it's gonna be over very fast for me.
Yeah. I just have a hunch. Okay.
That's a recall.
Okay, here you're setting up your team for something. This is fine up to this point.
B-main push, B-main.
Yeah, I think you just weren't paying attention there. I'm not gonna lie. I think it was just you just were not ready. But see, this jet did what I'm basically telling you to do. This jet just walked up. He didn't run you down or nothing, and then he put himself in a position where if you swing out and you're not ready, you die. Do more stuff like this. You need to put yourself in positions where you can make your opponents have to guess and make a mistake. Don't wait for them to make a mistake. Force them to make a mistake. I'll skip ahead here since you died early. Alright. Let's see. I skipped ahead a little bit too far.
I heard footstep.
Amen, Allah.
Okay, footstep, amen.
Right there.
Good.
That's chamber.
Right there.
Yeah.
Exact same issue. Like, you're seeing it now? You're waiting for your opponent to do something. And for all intents and purposes, This was an absolute idiot play from them to just walk out like a headless chicken, because you die, but then, you know, your chamber trades you. This won't always happen. So what I would have probably done here is the second I hear a footstep, don't play on an on angle, walk up and play on some kind of weird off angle, like right here, right? They're not going to pre-fire you. They're not going to pre-fire you or pre-aim you like they did here, because this was just the easiest pre-aim of this guy's life. He had like a tiny sliver where your head could be. All he had to do was point and click. But if you were playing on some weird off angle like this, you hear the footstep, you're like, oh golly gee. You walk up on this off angle, and now they have to guess. Are you going to be on the on angle, or are you going to be on the off angle? Right? It's these situations where you've been pretty much given an opportunity to punish their mistake on a silver platter, and you're just not taking it because you're scared to walk up, I guess. Like, I don't know the reasoning behind it. You're just not taking the opportunities when you have them.
I think sometimes I doesn't make the right decision between like punishing these mistakes and like giving myself a chance to stay alive. I was thinking I'll take one shot and tuck back, and if I don't get the kill, but yeah, I see it. I probably should have walk up.
Exactly. With Valorant, there's risk involved. So you don't want to be looking for... Okay, obviously, you want to get as close to 100% success rate as you can. But if it's even 65% in your favor, just go for it. Because statistically speaking, if every decision you make in a game has a 65% chance of working, every decision you make at least a 65% chance of working, you will win in the long run. You will only lose in the long run if the plays that you do have a less than 50% chance of working. I would say that this play had about a 20% chance of actually functioning. Contingent on the fact that he would whiff on you and you would kill him, I guess, is the only way that this could have possibly gone good. But if you put yourself in a position where they have to guess against a 50-50, right? Are you right here, and you have a chamber here, so that very tips it off of 50-50. I'd say there's like a 70-30 if you actually push up to like right here. You know, let's take the 2 seconds to sit here. Worst case scenario, he kills you and somehow spray transfers to the chamber. Worst case scenario, you do this play, exact same situation, over 100 games, you will win 70% of the time. Law of large numbers. You will simply win more if you go for more of these. Don't let the fact that sometimes it'll fail or that sometimes it won't work deter you from going for stuff that you know you have the advantage in. Make sense?
Yeah.
Show me a target. Come on.
I'll skip ahead now just because you perished. Holy long round. There we go. The recall smoke there is good as well, by the way. I just smoke CT here instead of Link. What's the idea behind this smoke? Because CT is actually where like the danger angle is here, because they can stop your plant. Like, what's the idea here?
So usually the two that I will do is the Link smoke and the CT smoke, and that smoke kind of cut off one side of heaven for us to hold them to swing out. Yep. I think this Link, I've been seeing a lot of pro team actually doing like the CT and heaven smoke now.
Yeah.
But like I think Link is also where they like to flood out a lot. So
don't use pro strategies for ranked really, because they ain't gonna work.
Yeah.
The thing with pro strategies is it's stratting and anti-stratting, right? They study like 50 VODs of how that enemy team plays, and then they craft things to beat that specific team. Just because you see it in pro play doesn't mean it's good. It doesn't mean that it's real. It just means that it will work against that team.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you don't think the Link smoke should be prioritized here?
No. Generally what I'll do is I smoke heaven, smoke CT. The heaven and CT smoke are pretty necessary, because both of these angles they can use to easily stop you from crossing into sight and easily use to stop your plant, right? For Link, if you want to do anything for Link, I would just concuss it or stun it, right? It's better to fight for Link than it is to smoke it off and forget about it. You have a much easier time taking the Link fight than taking a CT fight. So it's better to smoke Heaven and CT and then just to fight Link with some kind of utility. Because realistically speaking, what is a person swinging out of Link going to get? Shot by 3 people.
Okay.
There's no real safe way to peek out of Link, even if you have like a flash or something. It's just a crackhead play if you got people swinging out of Link. Like that Jet right there that just swung out of Heaven is a crackhead. He has no idea what he's doing. But I bet you anything you've died to a guy Link swinging out like a crackhead before, right? Probably, that's why you smoke it off.
I just like feel like Link is their fast rotate option. That's why.
Does a smoke fix that issue?
I guess they can still walk out. Like there's cover right beside them, so they're probably more likely to walk out of Link smoke compared to the CT one way.
Not even just that. Them swinging out of a Link smoke and just swinging out of Link with no smoke, they're exposed to the exact same amount of angles. A smoke does nothing but look pretty.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know.
Alright, skip ahead here.
Yeah, he died.
Yep, you got Bucky blasted.
Yeah, I don't remember how that went down, but
yeah. Very passive play here again. You're just waiting for them to do something. Like again, like I get you're helping your team here, but
dude, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind.
What's the yeah, 4v4, 3v4. Okay, you're doing more this round. That's good. You're doing more because you're actually walking up A.
Last player standing.
Oh, he's mid.
But it's way too slow.
Mm-hmm.
You could have been walking up like to right here and then smoke for your team and still had about the same timing. Or you could set up your stars and then pop them as you're walking. Just to save yourself a lot of time here. Your timing is also another issue, right? Like you go too slow. And I don't know why you're going too slow. But you're just going slow, right? Now they know where you are, and Uno.
I was just gonna save this round. Yeah, I was just saving.
Yeah, saving here's the right option, but you shouldn't have gotten to this point. Is my point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Douglas.
Okay. This is good so far. You're just playing with your team. You're setting them up. All good. All bueno. You plant the bomb. Good.
Like usually on Astra after post playing, I just fall back and play my star.
Yeah, which is good. Which is good. Like you're playing good up to this point, but you actually got onto site and planted the bomb, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes the enemies won't just let you do that, like this round. They need to find advantages in other ways. Also, ADSing with a Phantom? I mean, I guess.
I mean, these are just like pixel, like just to get if they're pushing us main. But I guess we have a ISO in front, so I didn't really have to do that.
Yeah, it makes sense. I don't know.
Yeah, they're just saving you up.
Yep.
I think.
Yeah, look at that. Yeah. That round was kind of just handed to you on a platter. You didn't really have to work for that one.
On top. Hopping on top.
Okay, good recall smoke.
Really fast.
Good ult. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Close to the wall.
Good.
Backside.
Good.
Last player standing.
Good.
Trinity, you're welcome.
Good. I am a fan. Okay.
One enemy
Nice.
remaining.
You win this? Maybe?
Yeah.
Nice, good job.
Oh,
Oh my god!
Alright.
Holy.
Good. I'll also say that this round, even though you had to clutch a 1v3, you got the bomb down and didn't really have to work for it. So, again, good clutch. You played that well. You repositioned a lot. You made sure they didn't know where you were. You went for pre-fires. You went for safe plays. You used your util. That was good. That's fine. Also, regen shields, by the way. Regen shields are a godsend, and they will save you so much money in the long run. Don't even buy heavy shields anymore. Just buy regen shields.
Yeah, I do use regen a lot.
Good.
Yeah, I think on the economy side, like I got it down pretty well.
Yeah. I'm saying never use heavy is my point. Just drop heavy shields entirely. They're not worth it.
Well, if I see the enemy team all have only around 3,000, I'm still gonna. I usually still go heavy
Why?
if they're on eco.
Is there a reason?
Because the guns that matters to heavy versus light are the outlaw bulldogs, guardian, stinger, spectre, and the pistols. Like those are the one that you can tank one more shot.
You
with
still
the
need
heavy.
2 headshots to kill the bulldog even with regen shields.
Bulldog is one less body shot, but I get the point.
Yeah.
I
How many times have you done to a bulldog in your last 100 games because you bought regen shields versus heavy shields?
I kind of treat regen as like, if I have to, if I can't have the money on a gun round, but
Yeah.
I kind of compare it to light shield in that situation.
Not really. How many times in your last 100 games, give or take, has having regen shields saved you? Sorry, has having heavy shields saved you versus regen shields? How many situations where you still would have died anyways? Or are you just living on a sliver of your health? Like, last 100 games, ballpark me, give or take.
I want to say maybe 10. I remember a couple times where I'm like, oh, I should have bought heavy, but
That's 10 instances out of your last 100 games. That's 10 rounds lost. Presumably, worst case scenario, you lose the round because of this. In your last 100 games, roughly on average 24 rounds per game, 24 times 10, that's 24 times 100 actually. That's 2,400 rounds, and 10 of them you lost because you had regen shields.
wait, so if the enemy team is on eco, you will still buy regen over like heavy
Yes.
shield.
Yes, legitimately every round.
Okay.
It is
Okay.
like, again, I'm actually an advocate for nerfing regen shields. I think they're too good. Because if you just look at the stats, you're not dying to anything you wouldn't have already died from if you had heavy shields. They're not the difference maker, but what is the difference maker and what will win you a lot more games is having a bunch of extra money because you're not wasting it on heavy shields. That'll win you more games. Easily.
Okay.
Because you'll be able to full buy more rounds. You'll be able to buy your teammates. If you like to op, you'll be able to op more consistently. It's just better across the board.
Block B.
Just looking entirely pragmatically and prudently and logically and objectively and statistically, it's just simply the better option.
Just hold this.
Taking that back.
Hey, which one? Oh, close. Come here.
Leave that back. Obscuring vision.
Do we clear B or no?
Yeah. Be back.
We
I
did
doubt
not
it.
clear hole.
No way he's back up, bro.
Spike planted. My ult's ready.
Fade has a phantom. Fade has a gun.
Concealment.
This is fine up to this point.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah, because the bomb's down and then you just got to play for util. This is good. Like, this is fine. You staying alive is your impact here. It's just the difficult part of playing Astra is getting the bomb down. Once you have the bomb down, you kind of just win with Astra. Because you have enough util to cover it. It's just getting the bomb down that's the issue, and it's getting the bomb down where you actually need to play a bit more proactively and like all the stuff that I mentioned previous.
Can you dock here?
Checking the
And then ult
situation.
mid.
Is that a wreck?
Fine, matters. One more round after this.
Okay, we're taking connector and ending A, right?
Yeah, don't put star here. Get rid of that star, get rid of that star.
Need that back.
Someone walk
Timber
hard when I
go
do
with
this.
it. Timber,
Someone walk hard.
Alright, Timber, you go hard. Timber, you go hard.
Recovering it. Face your fear.
They wasted Fate ult for that?
Push him.
That's crazy.
AD on Fate.
That's crazy they waste Fate ult for that.
Fate's going into con.
Yeah, calm.
Okay, this is good. You're walking up at the same pace as your team. You're good. Okay, a little bit slow here.
Let's go back B-Link.
Obscuring
Go back
vision.
B-Link, guys.
Alright.
Yes.
I was gonna say what's stopping you from just going A, because their entire attention is focused on Link right now, and you could have just walked up A main and killed them to death. But that's just me thinking like a crackhead, pretty much. So I wasn't gonna say it, because realistically speaking, that's a bit of on the more risky side. It's just what I personally would have gone for, because it's more of a sure bet than going B and giving them a chance to rotate. So.
Last player standing.
I'm sure there was a better option there than what I'm mentioning, but like really the best option you had there was just to commit A. You already had all the space
Okay.
for a really good A split.
I think some of my teammates does complain a lot, like, why do I call for these rotates?
Yeah, because that rotate was just not. That was not a good call.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying this to be mean or anything. I'm not in the business of wasting people's time. You know, like I'm not gonna sugarcoat stuff. So like I don't mean to offend anything, right?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, of course. I'm not doing this. I'm doing this because I want to see you get better at the game, right? And I can't, see you get better at the game if I'm not really bluntly pointing out, hey, this is your issue. But that was a bad call. But the reason why was because your best bet was to go A. Because if you do go B, you lose a lot of timing. You're kind of on a time crunch, and you're giving them a chance to actually read that and rotate. Because if there's not enough action on A, chances are they're going to think you're B, and then it's just a much more sure bet for your opponent. So I would have just committed to the A hit. Don't like rush it or anything. Shift walk up A main like you were. You probably could have won this round like 30 seconds ago. Does all make sense?
One enemy remaining.
Is my like
120.
is my a thought process or tracking here? I don't know.
Do you think in a coordinated setting, like the advantage is actually on B? Because like at the point
Probably
of the
not.
round where I call,
Still probably not, no. Reason being is just the things that I mentioned before. This is a pretty easy read, even in a ranked match, to be like, oh well, I don't see anything on A, they're probably going B. It's going to be an even easier read in a coordinated setting for an IGL to be like, well, they're not showing anything on A, they're probably going B. So it's like it's an even easier read at that point. The only way that this would work in a coordinated setting is if you stuck A, completely cut noise, and then committed A. Would probably be the better play in like a coordinated setting. But at the end of the day, you're still going A is the correct option.
okay.
Because even in the worst case scenario where they completely call your bluff, they're like, they're not rotating, they're going to stick A. Even in the worst case scenario, it's still better to go A and just cut noise into the last second and plant like the 2 seconds before it pops. But you probably win this round just based off of like how much util you have.
Yeah.
Yeah. I sees nothing. Good pull. Restart that. Wait for tap. Concuss, swing, and kill him. Perfect. Textbook, good. Again, the thing is, once you get the bomb down, you're fine. So really, your issue on offense is, I'm probably going to skip to defense because did anything happen in this last round that's interesting you want me to go over? Because I think I got all my points out.
I kind of get a lot of the point, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, again, you're playing just again, remember, there's a colossal difference between playing passive and playing reactive. Playing passive is fine. I play passive all day. It's playing reactive that's the issue.
Yeah, I absolutely did nothing. My teammate just killed everyone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, again. Astra, again, the thing with Astra is once you get the bomb down, you're completely fine. And that's why Astra was so good back in the day as well, was because Astra can just util dump the bomb. Like, if you get the bomb down, you win pretty much when you have an Astra comp. Okay. Defense is where you got to go for a little bit more wacky reads. You need to go for more stuff on defense, I would say.
I just didn't expect the jet to be, you know, that fast.
Yeah.
Like if I got the one of the stars down earlier, I probably, but because I'm pistol, like I only have 3. I usually just like to save at least save 1.
Yeah. These first 3 to 4 rounds on defense are kind of freebies for the offense because the defense doesn't know how they play. They don't know if they like to fake. They don't know if they like to lurk. They don't know if they walk up mid a lot. They don't know if they just 5-man rush everything, right? So these first 3 to 4 rounds on defense, especially if you're playing a very strategy-focused character like Astra, these are kind of your free rounds where you kind of autopilot play the game a little bit. Well, your main focus should be is, okay, what are the gaps in my opponent's offense that I can take advantage of? Because, for example, for these first 2 rounds, it looks like they are just simply running it down. Plain and simple ranked strategy.
I'll just kind of get exit, I guess. But, yeah,
which is the correct option here, by the way. The correct option is to just play exits here, right? So I'm just going to skip past, yeah. So for these first about 4 rounds, you need to start noticing patterns in their offense. So right now, for the first 2 rounds, the immediate thing I'm noticing is they are just running it down like there's no tomorrow. All right, more people running it down. All right, okay, now you know they like to go mid. That's good. Now you know that at some point, they like to go mid. So that's another layer to the strategy. Again, it's the first 4 to 5 rounds. I would say 4 rounds, but sometimes it can go 5 rounds. These first 4 to 5 rounds on a defensive half, especially when you're playing an agent like this, these are like your calibration rounds. These is where you really got to pay attention to patterns in the opponent's offense, and then you need to develop a strategy off of that of how you can exploit the gaps in their offense, pretty much. That's a good smoke, by the way. That's a really good retake smoke. I love that smoke.
Is it B for sure?
That's keep using that retake smoke. That is a really good retake smoke. I use that one a lot. That one is really good.
I've also seen like players put it a bit forward, like not covering the choke, but like you know, like between these 2 boxes basically. But I kind of like that the one that I do. So like we can kind of go in and out. The player on site can retreat back to CT and. I think it's preference, but I never really know like which one is actually better.
Yeah, actually, since Astra has the biggest smoke in the game, I'll drop some elite ball knowledge on you here. Smoke out on the ramp here that I'm pointing at. You see my cursor, right? Because sometimes Discord. Smoke out on the ramp. What you can do is you can shift walk into this smoke. Since Astra's smoke is so just colossally massive, you can actually drop down an air strafe in the smoke behind this box. So you can get from heaven to right here behind this box completely for free, and then double swing with your guy CT.
Okay.
Because Astra smokes are so massive. No, this is a real strategy. Shopify Rebellion used this in VCT like 2.5 years ago.
Okay.
Like that's a real strat. That's a real smoke. That's a real thing. So that's since we were on the topic of retake smokes, that's another really good retake smoke I like to use. It definitely takes practice, so definitely hop in a custom and lab that air strafe, because the air strafe is pretty tight, especially if you don't want like your gun poking out or something. But it's just really strong if you can nail it down.
Don't smoke that. Don't smoke it.
Shopify Rebellion, I think, is the one that used it. It might have been.
Then Fate, can you
I don't know who's the other Game Changers team that's like really popular. Not Shopify Rebellion, but who's the other one?
G2 goes in.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Probably G2. It was either Shopify or G2. It was one of those. It was one of those 2, and they were probably playing against each other, to be honest, because that's pretty much all they did back in 2.5 years ago in Game Changers. They legit just played each other in finals and just won. It was probably G2. This seems like a G2 strat, but still, you get the idea. Okay. Good retake smoke. Good. Okay. Alright. This smoke by the brimstone is awful. Terrible, in fact. I am pushing this every day of the week and I'm sitting in the smoke.
Yeah,
The smoke is
I never smoked
awful.
that in my attack.
There's a reason. This smoke is terrible. Actual cheeks on a stick. You can push this completely for free and just win. You can even swing out of the smoke if you want. Really, like, this smoke is a colossal throw by the enemy team. You sit in the smoke, wait for a little bit. Right as the smoke's about to go down, you swing out of it and you kill 3 with their backs turned to you. They're not holding the smoke because they think it's safe. But this smoke is so bad because you can just swing out and kill all of them. They actively have to hold this smoke for it to be real.
I just don't like smoking space that we're intending on taking. Like, kind of like smoking U-Ho on bind.
Exactly.
That kind of stuff.
Exactly. But how do you punish that? When you notice that your opponents are doing garbage like this, how do you punish that? You just swing the smoke. If your opponents throw a bad smoke, you swing the smoke. Because the smoke isn't real unless they're holding it. Smokes aren't real. Smokes in this game are the fakest possible thing. The only thing they do is block sight. That's it. They don't deal damage, they don't do nothing. Smokes are fake. Smokes are only real if someone is actively holding it. If no one's holding the smoke, you can swing out of them all you want and get all the free kills you want. Even smokes that you throw are completely fake. And if you realize that they're completely fake, it kind of opens up Pandora's box a little bit, because you can realize, wait, this smoke isn't a wall, it's a smoke. I can just swing out of it at any point and kill 3. That's more like outside the box thinking, and that's entirely off of game sense as well. Because knowing when to push a smoke and just swing out of it like a madman versus not is just good. Like right here, I would have just barreled out of the smoke right here. That chamber's not holding you. You swing out right now, you probably get a back turn to you here. There's no way they're holding you right now. Like, actually no way.
Isn't he behind the box, though? Like,
he's behind the box, even better. He especially can't swing you there. You're just getting into a better spot. Point being, be a bit more, like...
aggressive?
Not aggressive, proactive. There's a difference between being aggressive and being proactive, right? You can still play passive while also not playing reactive. People conflate the two a lot. Just because you're playing passive doesn't mean you're playing reactive. Just because you're playing aggressive doesn't mean you're playing proactive. You can be proactively passive and reactively aggressive, right? And you almost never want to be reactive. You pretty much always want to be proactive, especially in solo queue. You want to make yourself an active problem that they have to fix, rather than you waiting for them to give you problems that you have to fix. Because I'm sure, as you know, the second that they get a consistent game plan and you have to figure out how to beat it, you're on the back foot. It's no bueno.
Oh, wait, what?
140 chamber.
Yep.
Spike down A. One enemy.
Okay, alright, right?
Alright. But yeah, you win this round, right?
You come.
Yeah. W.
Dude, he's full blind.
Blocking vision. Pulling them in. Need that back. Need that
One more,
back.
one more.
99 on fade.
Obscuring vision.
No distraction.
You got brim.
Untether.
Spike planted.
Front side.
Right there.
Suppressed. Vulnerable. Can you smoke me?
Blasting him. Can't use
I
that
don't
yet.
have it.
Left side, right side spawn, and one guy front side. Still default, no? It's still
One
default.
enemy remaining.
That's main.
Right there.
Right side.
Ult ready.
Oh my god.
Is whiffing.
You
Yeah.
usually say those stars.
It's fine. Wolfing happens. Not really much you can do about it. Yeah, no, so that was pretty textbook. Pretty good. Again, when you're given like textbook situations where you know how to play, you're good. You're fine. Also, just to get out of the way, your mechanics aren't the issue either, right? You don't need to hit the aim labs, right? You're fine. It's
You don't think so?
no, you are completely
Okay.
fine. Why did like, suggested videos come this word?
This
Anyways, yeah, you don't need to hit the aim labs. You're fine. You're fine. You have enough mechanics to get you to Immortal or whatever you want to get to, right? You're fine. The main issue is, again, you just play way too reactive. Like, again, like I hate to beat the dead horse here. I hate to get the sledgehammer, but like you're kind of seeing how this is the main issue here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You did get a live game after this, right?
This one, I think this one is just
It's just Did you get the VOD and the live game, or just the VOD?
I think this one is just is a decent one. It's because the one I actually feel like I did super well. Like, I wouldn't submit it here because the game's not close.
You know, it's fine, but also, you did get a live game after this as well. So after I'm done here, then you hop into a ranked game, and then I watch and then give you tips during.
Okay. Oh, just heads up. Like,
Yeah.
is it possible if because recently I've been getting like connection issues sometimes, and I'm unable to play. So if I'm not able to play, there's like 2 more VODs being uploaded. Can we just do that instead? If I'm not able to play because of internet issue.
Yeah. So the thing is, VODs just take a lot more effort. That's why live games are less expensive than VODs. Just because, as you can see,
I see.
like we've been at this for almost almost an hour and a half or something like that. From like
What time is it?
started, I want to say.
Yeah, in 50 minutes, I think.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I have my track of time, but like I can get a lot more in a VOD review, and like I can go into a lot more detail than if I were to just watch you play a game and give tips. So probably we couldn't convert the live game into a VOD, but
It's okay.
I don't
Or we can
know.
just chat for a bit, talk about game. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know, because like the concept coaching and the live games are pretty much the same price. So I can convert that into that. It's just the VODs just take so much more effort that doing a second VOD is gonna just not be worth. I don't know.
Blasting them.
But definitely, if you don't want to do a live game, you want to convert it to like
Spike down mid.
just talking about the game for an hour, that can work.
The eye, bro.
Like I can help you lab stuff. I'm pretty much like Valorant Google for like an hour or something. Okay.
I think from this point on, we did lose a couple in a row, and ended up being like 13-10, 13-11. But
Yeah, sure. Is there anything else interesting they want me to go over here, or is it pretty just textbook?
would you recommend me to just not play Astra?
Yes. Yes. Astra's not good for solo queue. Like, it's so much easier. Again, if you like playing Astra, just play Omen. Omen is the character for a player like you, who's more strategically minded, who wants to IGL, right? Omen is your character. Because not only can he do absolutely everything, he can also set himself up for stuff so much better than Astra can, on top of setting up his team for stuff. So, like I'm the D1 Omen glazer of the Valorant community pretty much, but genuinely, I think if you pick up Omen, you're just going to be doing a lot better.
But even on like app specific, like probably especially Pearl and maybe Abyss, I just prefer Astra a lot more, and I hate Clove for some reason. I know the win rate and everything, but
I also think Clove is kind of mid-tier for solo queue, I'm not going to lie. The win rate is juiced up by all the Reyna players who hop on Clove and their Reyna gets insta-locked. That's really all it is.
Right there.
But yeah,
I think we can probably
yeah, because again,
skip-
if there's stuff you
skip
want
the
me to go over,
rest.
I will go over this entire VOD. I'm also just not in the business of wasting people's time. If I can get the entirety of your issue out in this amount of time, would you want me to waste more of your time by just blabbing? Because I'm fully willing to go through the rest of this VOD. Because you paid for the whole thing, you can get the whole thing if you want it. It is entirely up to you.
I think it's fine. I think we can move on to the next thing.
I think it's good. Perfecto.
Yeah.